Morning and welcome to Home Affairs right here on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Adam Naite, and it's always a pleasure to come your way with Home Affairs. Home Affairs is brought to us by Vitamilk. Vitamilk, a nutritious beverage that feels good anywhere, anytime. So I'm wondering, how are you doing? How are you? How are you? Your homes, your family, how's everybody doing? Well, we are doing well. Maybe let me speak for myself. Later when I go to my guests, they will tell you how they're feeling. But I am very, very, very well. Remember last week we started a conversation. We said that we were looking at why people stay in relationships even when they know that the relationships are not working. So we looked at a story about this young lady who was dating this guy when they were in school. And then after school, so the guy completed a year before her. He got the opportunity to travel. And let me not recount the whole story, but back and forth, they have been together for about 14 years. And every time she comes up to talk about marriage, the gentleman says that, wait. So first it was about, let me go abroad and hustle and then make some money and come back home. I'll be back in 2 years. He went away for 2 years, 3 years. After 5 years, he came back. And then, okay, you're back. I'm also done with school. I have a job. Can we get married? He says, wait, I need to start a business. He starts a business. Give me about 2 years, let the business, be established, because you know how it is when you have a business running and then the business is at, a very bad stage, and then here you are wanting to get married and combining both. Beautiful girl, understanding wife. She understands that, okay, I will hold on until your business is established. Business gets established. Again, he says, hold on. I would want to, put up a house, make sure we are very comfortable, because I don't want us to get into marriage and then we have needs. Children are going to come and all that. And she's wondering, so where am I in all of this? Parents come in, and he assures the parents that, look, I am going to marry your daughter. I just really want to be properly settled before we get into the marriage. It's been 14 years, and she's wondering, I feel like this whole thing is not working. I feel like I am not in his plans, but I also don't know how to leave, because he keeps assuring me that come what may, he's going to get married to me. And it's been 14 years. So she sends the story to, she called Daniela, and then we had a conversation. And we talked about it on the show last week, if you followed. And we looked at some of the reasons these things happen. We talked about the fact that, look, sometimes people feel like they have invested so much into the relationship that it becomes difficult to just get up and walk away. If it's in a marriage situation, then a lot of people are looking at their children. And we talked about the fact that, look, sometimes you're considering the children, but you just may well be raising these children in a very toxic home, which will not augur well for them. And we looked at lots of other reasons people end up staying in. The fear of being lonely. I remember it came up. I am walking out of this relationship, and then what next? You feel like you're going to be alone. So because of that, you're there. The fear of the unknown. When I walk out of this relationship, what's going to happen? Am I going to meet another person? Will they be good to me? And you hear a lot of people also tell you that, no, we're cool, and so you want to stay in there, yet you're suffering. Then I think we also veered into talking about the fact that if you choose to stay, then you will have to create some very healthy boundaries around yourself. I think it was at that point that I was telling my guests that, look, instead of staying in that relationship and creating walls, boundaries, telling yourself that I don't want to be hurt, and so I want to stay in this relationship like that, why don't we consciously try to make it work so that we are in a relationship and we are happy? Why do you want to stay in there and be unhappy? Why do you want to stay in there and voluntarily endure the relationship? What if we choose to work through the differences and have a beautiful relationship? So that is going to be the focus of our conversation today. This is Home Affairs once again. If you're joining us, we're live on Joy 99.7 FM. You can also catch us on Facebook at Joy 997, also on YouTube. We'll be right back. Thank you very, very, very much for staying with us on the other side. Look, you can interact with us now, 055-1111-997. Sometimes you know what you do? You wait when you know the show is about ending, then you're sending your messages and then we're unable to attend to them. And so whilst you're listening, you have comments, you have questions, you have contributions. Our WhatsApp number is 055-1111-997. You can send your messages and your comments through. So we're getting into the conversation now. Let me introduce my guest. So last week, Ariel, the wellness coach, she was one of my guests last week, and I had missed her so much. Ariel, thank you for coming again this week.
Thank you so much for having me here again.
Great.
Thank you.
Oh, but you're looking fine.
Thank you.
This chick.
I'm shy.
And then today is an all-girls affair. Osofo Mami with swag.
Yeah.
Reverend Mrs. Teresa Wiafe Asante. Mama T, Papa. Mama T, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
We have missed you on Home Affairs.
I have been everywhere. I'm running around like that. Plenty of work all over the place. But hello, everyone.
Thank you for coming. Last week, actually, Real made me understand that she hadn't been on the show for like the whole year. Last week was the first time. Mama T, but you have been, right? Yes, a few times. Two or so. Hey, but how did I give you people rest like this?
We enjoyed it.
Hey, Sylvia. We are back to work.
I was very happy to meet her. She's looking fine, like
seriously,
fine,
seriously.
I'm trying to take a leave and then go live with her for a month.
Wellness.
And do wellness.
Mama T, thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
and
very much.
You've seen her new hairstyle.
Hey. I've seen everything. I've checked everything
One of these days, I'm just going to have her on the show and just keep profiling her until the show ends.
Adam.
Under pressure, but it's fine. Anyway, you're both welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this morning, Reverend Kofi Boateng couldn't join us. He's caught up somewhere. Yeah. But Mama T, Ariel, we're handling this. So today we're looking at how to make it work. So I've given the background to this conversation, and what we're saying is that instead of enduring the relationship, my first question will be, is it possible for the two of you to decide that, yes, we have problems. They are so huge. They're consuming us. Yet we want to be here together, and we don't want to be here as enemies. We don't want to build walls around ourselves. We don't want to be looking over our shoulder every time. And so we want to make it work. Is it possible for two people in a relationship or marriage that is really not working to come to this point to say that we want to make it work?
Right. So good morning again, everyone. And thank you very much, Adam. Yes, I have come to believe that in this life, everything is possible. If there is more than one, so two or three, if all of you together decide, and the emphasis is on decide to make it work. I have counseled a lot of couples who are going through so much. And the first thing they will come up with is, we are having irreconcilable differences. We are not compatible. These are big English words I don't really believe in. I so believe that if you want to make it work, you can make it work. But are we both willing to make it work? Are we willing to do the work? And so occasionally, sometimes you have a couple who are going through so much. From where you sit as a counselor over the years, you know that this thing is going to be very difficult to work at. There are quite a number of reasons why people get married, though. It is not always because we love each other. It is also sometimes because pedigree, prestige, a lot of things. Some people are marrying you just because we have been together for so long and I don't want to call it off. And so let me marry you to compensate you. Whilst we were dating or we were courting, you helped me so much, helped me through school, did this, did that. I want to marry you to compensate you. And so there are quite a lot of reasons why people are marrying. People are even marrying because I was very hungry at a point in time and you were feeding me. And so I feel that I should marry you to make up for everything. You look like you are a trophy kind. You see, you're a beautiful woman. I just want to marry a very beautiful woman. Everybody should see my wife and say that, bra, kojoma we need dahawati. And all of these things. And so, and it is this either way for the woman and for the man also. And so, then there are difficulties, and you are asking them, do you want to? So sometimes I tell them, why are you people disturbing yourselves? Why won't you have a quick divorce and everybody go your way? Why are you bothering yourself? From where I sit, this thing will not work. So my first question is, what do you want? And then the first person to say, I will want to give it another shot is the woman. I want to work on this. Then I'll turn to the man, do you want to work on this? I want to work on this, right? So how are we going to work on this? And so, yes, we can always work on whatever is not working. But then the emphasis should be on both of us. Are we willing? Are we ready? If we are willing and we are ready, like as Isaiah 1:8 was, if we are willing and we are ready, then we are looking for the how. So you are looking at what happened? How did we get here? And all of the little questions. And then what are we going to do, both of us, to get here? Because it is not going to be magic. Over the years, if it's been 10 years or what, there has been a lot of cracks. And so it is not going to be by magic. It is going to be by very intentional doing. Okay. And then we get there.
So what it is that no matter how difficult the situation is, no matter how toxic you think your marriage or your relationship has become, if the two of you come to that realization and decide that, look, we want to try to make it work, then it is possible. But what you're saying is that you will have to be willing and you will have to come to that point. Yes. Great. I'll come back to Ariel. Last week she said that. She also said it was possible. However, the two of you will have to come to that realization. It doesn't take one. Ariel, your initial thoughts on this one, and then we'll go into the conversation proper.
Okay, all right. So Mama T has, brought it to the conclusion that yes, it's possible. And so I like to touch on the fact that sometimes one partner may not be at the same page with the other partner. So they may think what you're seeing as a problem, I don't see it as a problem. I don't think we have a problem. So that can be something that makes it difficult to even make the decision that we are going to let this work. So as much as that possibility is there, as we are saying, it takes the two people to all see the same thing and say, this thing is draining me. This thing is affecting us. When we come home, we don't understand this. Every day, I'm shouting. Why are we doing this? If both of them come to that understanding that we are doing something that is harming both of us, but if one person thinks what I am doing is nothing, it will be difficult for the decision that we will work on it to be made if it falls on one person saying something is not going right here. But as soon as the two people get that awareness, this is not what we intended. I think marriage should be a vision. And that vision is something that you project in the future. And so every choice you're making going forward is something that is guiding you to that picture you have seen for yourself. So if both of them look and say, this is not the picture we said we were going to, create. It's looking like it's becoming too dark. So let's go back to the drawing board and change what we are doing now. From that stage, if the two of them can agree, this is not what we want, then there's possibility all over for them because they have both understood that we are doing something wrong. So the difficulty only comes in when one party is not seeing that there is a problem. And it happens. But one party may just see that you are talking about something that is not a problem. Yeah.
I think sometimes, look, Ariel, they are seeing it. But I think Kofi mentioned it last week, that sometimes one person has long checked out.
Yes.
And so I am not even here. And so I don't even see a problem. Really. Yeah. I'm not here. How do I see a problem? You know, because I want to believe that if your partner is unhappy, they express unhappiness in, people express, the satisfaction in different ways. So there is a way that one person is communicating to the other that, look, something is not working, something is making me unhappy. And what I also know is that if you don't pay attention to it over a period, people end up accepting the situation and just living with it. And before you realize, the two of you have totally drifted apart because one person was pointing to it and the other person kept, you know, you are stonewalling. Yeah. That's the word. So, but what Ariel is saying is very right. If one person keeps saying there is no problem, and one person keeps saying there's a problem, and then you never get to that point where you are saying that we want to make it work. But we want to come to the point, we need to set some proper grounds that, okay, these are two couples who have been through and have come to the realization that this is not how we were. When I met you, this was not the relationship we had. This is not what we promised each other. We're living like strangers. We're not happy together. And so we need to have a conversation and fix it. And so if two people come to that point, then we say, yay, we're about to work. And that's the point that we want to get to. We are about to do the work. So this conversation is focused on people who have come to realize that we have a challenge. We're drifting apart. We're not happy. This is not working as we intended for it to. And so we want to make it work. But before we want to make it work, I want us to backtrack a little and ask ourselves, for two people who meet each other and fall in love, I'm not sure anybody wants to hang around their enemies. Falling in love, I love you, you know how you go and see one person off and then you people will walk back. Yeah, the phone calls, you don't have enough of each other. I mean, you're so into each other. My question is, how does it fall apart? What usually happens for such relationships? I'm not talking about the ones that you are forced into. Like, I met you one evening, something happened, you got pregnant, so I'm forced to marry you. That one, I don't like you from the beginning, you know? Or your parents force you to marry the person, you're not happy. They pin something on you, you're not happy. But I'm talking about the deliberate, intentional relationships we get into ourselves and then begin to realize that it's not working. What happens?
As to how they got
before, no. What makes
it not to start working?
Oh, yeah. How? Well, I mean, like I said, such a beautiful relationship. What are some of the things that make it begin to look, for lack of a better word, ugly?
I hear you. Right. So, we all know that this kind of relationships are very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I
like watching them in movies.
They are so beautiful, and when the calls come through, everything you said, and I think that for most of the time, a lot of us think that it is going to keep working by itself. And so because we think this is going to work by itself, we neglect or ignore a lot of things. I have said a few times that love is like a seed. When you have to plant it, and when you plant it, you should be ready to water and nurture it to bring it to the point where you want it. I remember when we started living where, in fact, we lived somewhere 2 or 3 houses when we came to Accra. And even the last house we lived in, a rented place, the man had sold the house, but we didn't know. So we were at home one day, and then the lady who bought the house came in and told us that, I have bought this house, and my husband is not the calm or so forth kind like that. So, so when we had where we live, which belongs to us, and then there's something about him. He loves a lot of flowers. I don't mind flowers. I don't have problem with flowers, but he loves flowers, and so he bought flowers all around the house. He planted everywhere. And because of the flowers, when we went there, we had an overhead tank. So we're buying water into it. One day I came back from town and they were drilling water. Like, those people. And I said, but this is too expensive. He said, no. Whenever we buy the overhead tank water, he's able to use half of the tank to water his flowers. And so he wants to drill, then we'll be getting
have like a borehole.
And for so many years, up till today, it's been perhaps 11 or 10 years we have lived in that house. He keeps watering the flowers. I am just bringing this to tell you that anything that you plant, even the Bible says that you cannot mock God. What a man sows, that is what he reaps. And so I'm just saying that he kept watering the flowers. He kept nurturing it. Sometimes he's doing the thing himself. It's not working. He brings in a gardener. So at the point, he had to have a gardener for it. This is love we are talking about. This is what I say. This container is empty. So let's use this as marriage. This marriage container is empty. There is nothing in marriage. Everything that you want to find in marriage, both of you put it inside the marriage box. And so the Bible says, whatever you sow, you reap. Why do you want to reap what you have not sown? So many of us feel that when we stand before either the registrar or the pastor or our parents and we say, I do, there's some magic 1 dB goes into the spirit and makes everything begin to work. No, things do not work like that. And so as a young couple, let's begin to sow the seed of love. Let's water it. And so there is a point where we are not taking care of our love. Many of us, we are taking each other for granted. Many of us, especially for those of us who are married, you begin to behave in a very wrong way. And you think that, but he
behave anyhowly.
And he or she must accept it because that we are married already. And so there are too many things we do not do.
They say you don't continue to campaign when you have already won the election.
See, and that is why sometimes they don't. And that is why, when it is getting to the next election, you have to do a lot excess work because you should keep campaigning, going to your constituency, meeting your people here. So that is what I have noticed.
But if you were doing it,
yes, so
it would have been very
whenever
easy.
You come, people are there.
I know, right?
So that is how we feel that what we're doing when we were courting or we're dating, we stopped doing it. We are not checking on each other again. We are not doing all of the things. And so it becomes very, very normal. And one of the things I don't know if you do, but to introduce to couples, is to do some of this getaway thing, both of you, and go. And some of these things, there's a lot to get from that. And so,
Mama T, we'll come to the how to make it work.
Right.
Now you're looking now, why it is not working.
So the why is because we are not nurturing. We are not watering our flowers. We feel that it must grow and blossom on its own because it is marriage. It doesn't work like that. 2, the average, I don't want to say Ghanaian, married couple don't want to sit and talk. You were talking about picture. What is the picture that we are looking at? Many of us do not have any picture. We have no picture. As for us, we want to marry. We are, pimp, on your mask, get set, pimp, then we are going. We have not sat, we have not sat together during our dating or courtship period to ask the questions. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Recently, I have a couple. The young lady is doing well. In fact, she's done with masters and she's done with MPhil, and she wants to have a PhD. And the husband is saying no. Why? Because this was not part of our discussion when we were courting. I asked the lady, did you have all of these aspirations? She said yes. Why didn't you bring it up? Oh, I thought it won't be anything. Why do you want to think for another person? And so sometimes we didn't even have a picture that we were working towards. And then there's a point we feel that that person should understand you by hook or by crook.
By
and
force.
So, yes, by force. And so some of the time, these are the things that are happening, how we easily take each other for granted and we feel that everything is fine. Why you think that a person should understand you by all means. These are some of the things that actually come to play and get us to that point.
Great. Thank you, Mama T.
Yeah. Some of the reasons why it doesn't work, like Mama T have said, I think we take relationships like automatic. Yeah. That once we are in it, it should work. But it should work means we need to feed it.
Sure.
I think people are not intentional about what are we doing to sustain this, to keep growing. When we are dating, we create time to maybe send a message, call each other, and all that. That intention, that intention quickly leaves when other responsibilities come. But the truth is, those responsibilities are part of the relationship. You choose to get married, you choose to get children, it's a responsibility. It will not automatically nurture emotions and feelings. How you felt about the person, it's something you need to differently nurture apart from the responsibilities that come. You have cars to take care of, you have rent to pay, you have food to put on the table, you have children to go to school. So once those things start coming in, the feelings and the emotions that sustain the relationship as to what makes us feel tender, what makes us feel endowment and love, appreciation for the other person, it all starts going out of our mind because all we are thinking about are the structures to show to the world that we are married, we have children, we have a car, we are taking care of home, we have a place to live. But how are we feeling doing all that? So your feelings is what makes you feel happy about each other. Appreciating each other for small things that they do. We forget to say thank you. Simple thank you in the home actually disappear. Please will go away. One person finds it so difficult to even say, I'm sorry at small things. And the other person is like, why don't you, why is it difficult for you to understand that what you did, was wrong? You can't say please, you can't say sorry. I guess that the other things in the relationship get so much on us that the stress of it now becomes the person. And so you see the person and you're already upset because she's going to ask me for school fees when I walk into the house. So we look at all the structures that shows the world we have a relationship and forget the internal structures that will sustain the two of us to be able to take the responsibilities that comes with a relationship. And those are the little things we need to pay attention to. How am I relating to this person? Whether we are talking about the things we have to do or things that are not going well, how we are relating to each other, it's what is showing respect, kindness, appreciation, affection, and attention. Sometimes all a man needs is your attention to listen, for them to feel safe and talk to you. That as soon as they walk in, you have a list of, what do you call it, things that has to be done. There's no time you sit and ask, what were your peaks and lows of your day? Oh, welcome home. How did your day go? We think all those things are when the romance, it's for romance. But no, they are the things that let your partner know there is a thought here, there is care here, there's some affection for me here. And that gives them room to feel safe.
Right.
I think what everybody needs in a relationship, you are safe here. You can open up, you can share your fears, your pain. I am here for you. Once we don't feel those things, immediately, it's, even though one person may not be cheating, it's like trust is not there for me to feel safe because I don't feel your appreciation. I don't feel your attention. I don't feel your kindness towards me. Right. So I think the inner way we make ourselves feel in the relationship is one of the things that, throws the whole thing off as soon as we think, oh, it's automatic. Everything will work on its own.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
I think, but then most of the time I noticed that a lot of when children start coming in, they become the
priority.
Absolutely. And so a lot of husbands complain, because I'm in competition with my children. And when he feels he's in competition with the children, he certainly cannot win against the children because they are children. And then it has a lot of... I've met fathers who don't like their sons because he is mommy's boy like that. And so these are, just to buttress what you said, that these little things, we think it is nothing, but it does a lot. I meet a man who says that even my wife, you can buy the whole world for her. She won't say thank you because she feels it is
it's her right.
Yes, and she feels very entitled, and so yes, just to buttress what you said, that these little things need to be looked at very well.
I mean, listening to you both, I don't think they're little things.
Yeah, sometimes we feel
they seem little because
They're
you probably
huge.
think that it's not costing you much. But those will be the needles or the glues holding your relationship together, you know. Ariel said something for me that, is very profound. She says, I don't feel your kindness towards me.
Yeah.
When one person is feeling that way in a relationship, it's a whole lot. And especially so if they probably have spoken about it for a while and you're not doing anything about it. I'm knocking on the door. The door is not being opened. What do? You probably just have to withdraw because you've realized that this door, no matter what, it will not be opened. Meanwhile, you two, that is the door you need. So you need that door to be open for you to be happy, you know. So with time, you realize that you probably start becoming resentful. So if you're just joining us, this is Home Affairs, we're live on Joy 99.7 FM. You can also catch us on Facebook at Joy 997 and also on YouTube. And you can send your messages to us via 055-1111-997. We're talking about how to make relationships work. However, we started from some of the things we do that do not help our relationships. How does it begin not to work? And some very deep insights have been shared. That love is a seed, or wanting to have a beautiful relationship is a seed. You will have to nurture it. And Mama T told a story about how her husband's been nurturing their flowers at home for more than 10 years. And that's the only way you can continue to see it blossom. If you don't, then those seeds the flowers are going to die eventually.
Tendencies, they either die or they will grow.
They'll look very nasty and things like that. And that's a very, very, very beautiful analogy to a relationship. And then if you're not nurturing the relationship, and in nurturing, I think Ariel broke those ones down. You have to be intentional in everything you do. You will have to be kind. The compliments, and not taking each other for granted is important. Mama T talked about you having a picture of a very beautiful relationship, in your mind, and then you keep working towards that beauty. And you know that the day you stop working at it, the picture will start becoming very blurry, and then you won't attain it. And then we don't ask questions. Sometimes you want to ask questions. Ask people questions. People who have been there. How have you made it work? How is this working for you? And just learn from people. And we've talked about taking each other for granted. And Ariel also talked about the fact that, and I like that point also a lot, we end up putting our relationships on autopilot. We have arrived. We are here. This is where we are going. But relationships, as I have come to understand it, is not a destination. It's a journey. You will have to keep traveling it every day. So you can't put it on autopilot. It won't work. And then we don't show appreciation, Those are some of the things we do that make us take our partners for granted. So we've looked at all of these. And then a point was made strongly also about, I like this. Do I feel safe here with you? Is the relationship, have you created an environment where, each of us can feel vulnerable before each other? Can we let our guards down and not feel like I am being used, But that's what it has to be in a relationship. And then Mati also talked about the fact that sometimes the children come in and then, especially the fathers are relegated. And then they begin to feel like our children are competing with us. And some of them end up really resenting their children. So that came up. And then who talked about the entitlement feeling? Yeah. Mama Tira, you're feeling so entitled.
When you're giving something.
You give me a gift.
Thank you.
Put it there.
Yeah.
Like I've thought about you, and then you feel like you are entitled to it. And you know what's interesting? If the next day you don't bring it, so now you go and you come back home empty-handed. That one, you have attained a degree in feeling very, very entitled. And we're saying that all of these things will end up making your relationship not work. And then, I mean, poor communication is one of them.
Poor communication, yeah.
You're throwing words at each other. You're not talking to each other. You're not asking the right questions. Those ones are also there. I think all of these have been captured one way or the other. Unmet, emotional needs.
Yeah.
It's painful when you're told that you are too emotional. What do you mean that I'm too emotional? So the next thing is that I want to start machoing up and not express myself to you again. Then what are you doing? And then if it's in a marriage situation, I think that loss of intimacy is also part of it.
Yeah. So all these things leads to now the intimacy going down because you are not happy with your partner.
Exactly.
Because all these things are happening. And when you are in bed, it's like I'm in the bed with a stranger.
Exactly.
I don't know you anymore.
That's
I don't
true.
feel that butterflies are not there to make me, smile.
The butterfly, they have flied.
They are all gone. So when you're with me, I don't really feel that, spark that I want to, feel my head on your chest. When you're in love, you always want to put your head on one person's chest, and feel that safety. But when that thing is not there, then intimacy is gone.
You feel cocooned, you feel safe there.
Yeah.
And also, I think unresolved conflicts also.
Yeah.
You have small issue, you won't talk about it. You're packing it down, one day it will explode in your face. So all of these things, when you put them together, your relationship certainly will have issues and it will not work. Now we're going to the next level, which is, okay, we want it to work. We have two people who want to make it work, and that's what we are going to talk about. But that will be right after this break. Thank you. So is your relationship working? Is your marriage working? Well, if it's working, it will be interesting for you to let us know what you're doing right and what is making it work so other people can learn. And our number is, our WhatsApp number is 055-1111-997. 055-1111-997. We want to know what you're doing. Like, are you enjoying your marriage, your relationship? Is there honey in it? Is there sugar in it? Is there milk in it? Is it tea in pampa? We want to know, exactly. We want you to share with us so that others can learn as well. But the next leg of our conversation that I'll be having with my guest, Ariel, the wellness coach, and Mama T, also of Mami with Swag 1, will be now asking, how do we make it work? The elements that we need to keep putting in our relationship. And I also am interested in finding out, like when the relationship is strained, something major has happened and the relationship is so strained that you feel the best thing to do is walk away. But a part of you tells you that we can work it through. And you both want to work it through. I think I want to start from there. You both want to work it through, but you're both struggling with it because you both are pained. How do you make it work? But ahead of that, the joy of every parent is to see their children grow healthy and become more intelligent and physically fit. And to achieve this desire, every parent needs to ensure that their children are given nutritious foods. And this nutritious food must have all the essential nutrients that are required for your daily living. And I'm talking to you about the Vitamilk soy milk drink. It is made from whole grain, which is a good source of plant protein, and it is enriched with omega-3, 6, and 9, and all the other essential nutrients that are recommended for your daily living. It has no artificial flavorings, it has no preservatives, and it has no coloring at all. So why don't you go on and choose the Vitamilk Champ for your children? Because the protein, the calcium, the omega-3, 6, and 9 in there have all proven to help your children grow smarter, healthier, and stronger every day. Vitamilk It comes in the regular soy milk drink. You can also have it in the energy or the energy booster with no caffeine. It comes in the choco flavor, the banana, the strawberry, and it is usually packaged in 250 mils and 1 liter Tetra Pak. Vitamilk is indeed a nutritious beverage that feels good anywhere, anytime. Now, let me tell you about Glyco Travel Insurance. Are you planning a trip abroad? Okay, don't wait until you're stranded in a foreign country. Get covered with Glyco Travel Insurance before you fly. From medical emergencies and flight delays to lost luggage, Glyco has you covered every step of the way. Visit any Glyco Life branch or call 0555 305 547 and travel smart, also travel protected. Glyco will cushion you for life. And yay! Are you ready to see more and feel more of Dubai right here in Ghana? Mama T has been meaning to take me to Dubai since like, COVID. Mama T, you have another opportunity to take me to Dubai. Now, from the 7th to the 13th of July.
Yeah, told everybody.
Don't mind me. From the 7th to the 13th of July, it's Dubai Week at Adansi Travel. Step into the Adansi Travel House at East Legon and enjoy a fully immersive Dubai experience, from virtual reality tours of Dubai 360, photo moments to giveaways and exclusive booking perks. You can also walk into any of our offices at Nesta Square Airport, Tema Community 1, Kumasi, Takrade, or Takwa to book your August Dubai tour and enjoy special anniversary discounts. Whether it's your honeymoon, girls' getaway, family holiday, or just the dream trip you deserve, Dubai is calling, and Adansi will take you there. Dubai Week at Adansi. See more, feel more of Dubai. And Mama T is taking Edem night day. Ariel, will you come?
I'll join you.
Mama T, she has plenty money. She will sponsor all of us.
Hey, don't worry.
Join.
Well.
Okay, so we're continuing with our conversation on how to make it work. And now let me take my pen and my paper because I am coming to take notes. When I finish, I'll share the notes with you. I mean, when we started, Ariel said that we should start with Mama T. I'm going to start with her this time around. So, Ariel, we want practical ways of how to make it work, So, and no, I said I want to start from here. I want to start from a relationship like the one we dealt with last week, a relationship that is strained. Yeah. A relationship that has gone through very tough times, Like, let me give an example of somebody has gone to give birth outside and brought to the house, right? And maybe it's the man. Usually it's the men who go and bring the children. No, don't beat me. Last week they said we were putting all the blame on the men.
I'm not there today, it's you. So last week they almost beat me.
So, and you the woman, you look at this child and you see an adorable child. Because you're a woman and you have, how do you call it? You're compassionate. You want to accept this child so bad. And you might even have gone ahead to accept the child. But every time you see the child, it reminds you of the betrayal from your husband. You want to, or you have forgiven them, yet you're struggling to let go and to continue to build your relationship. The man knows that you're trying, but he's also afraid to keep pushing, to say that try harder, because he knows that he has offended you. So these are two people who have a strange relationship, who want to make it work, but are both genuinely finding it difficult to make it work. So we want to start from this relationship. Such strange relationships, how do they begin to deal with it before we go to the general talk on how to make it work?
For such a case, the first point of call is for them to get someone involved to help them. if they are both at the place that they know we want to make it work, but we ourselves are unable to work get the tools to use to move forward. They need to get a third person, a counselor, a coach, a life coach, clinical psychologist, somebody, a mediator, somebody to help them to sit and now listen to each other and chart a path or a plan on how they can reconcile. You mentioned that maybe they're forgiven for, bringing a child home or something, but they haven't been able to let go. Letting go and forgiveness are, not the same thing. So if you can forgive, that is the biggest part of the work, actually. And in relationship, when you've decided that you're going to let it work, forgiveness must be a 24-hour thing that is always running. You can't wait and say, I'm thinking about whether I'll forgive or not. It should be a constant thing. The Bible said, forgive what? 7 times, blah, blah. So you can't even count how many times you have to forgive a day. And forgiveness is a tool. It's not something you use. It's a tool that helps you to actually navigate life. So if both decide that we know we have this problem, I've forgiven you, but I don't feel safe around you because I'm afraid it will happen again. And so I'm unable to open up. My affections and my love for you is not coming the way I feel. There's some anger I feel. There's some fear I feel. I think they need to consult someone who can walk them through certain practices, tools, and guide them to be able to talk in a deeper way where the two of them alone are unable to do it. That's where they will start. Now, once they've met this person and they're being given what to do, it will start with intentionality to even practice the things they are being told to do. And most of the time, people may know what to do, but doing it is also another challenge for them. So you might have seen a counselor, they've spoken to you, they've really spoken and realized that these are the problems you are having, and they've given you maybe some exercises to do, which is maybe sitting and chatting and not talking about the problem, but maybe doing something nice with each other, taking your partner out, go for a walk, buy her a small gift once in a while, not just because it's birthday, but just because. Maybe take a trip and leave the children. They will tell you things to do, and also how to also express yourself, communication. Tell the partner how you feel about what happened with I statements, not you statement. Yeah. I feel scared about what you did. I feel a bit anxious when you are coming. When your phone rings, I feel, not you make me feel. That is attacking the partner, and anybody you attack will also try to defend themselves. But your feelings are genuine. So own them and use I statements. I feel this, I feel this. They will listen. Then you say, you make me feel like that. It's your feeling because of what has happened. And so when you go to see a coach, a counselor, and you are given things to do so that you can all start feeling some affection, if you don't do them, then the problem will not move forward. So such stage of a relationship that has some big issue and they are feeling so apart, but they want to work on it, they need to see Mama T. Okay. They need to see someone to guide them through it. It won't be once, it won't be twice, but what I know is when there's a third party and you are both listening, active listening is very important. You will listen, but the two of you home, one person is always being defensive, and I didn't do it, I didn't mean it like that, and you don't listen. So there's a need to have somebody in to mediate and help them to actually listen, find step-by-step way to communicate their need. What do you want? Sometimes we aren't able to tell our partners what we really want. Communicate your need. Maybe all you want is, when you're speaking to me, please don't shout. Maybe it's the constant shouting or the constant glaring of eyes, you know? Sometimes gestures are what is making you so uncomfortable in a relationship. Yeah. Because the environment itself create an ambience of how you feel in your well-being. So if there's so much tension about how your partner or your wife, when you come into the room, she frowns everything. You know, you can be with somebody and they are so angry with you, they get a call and, yeah, hi, and they speak nicely on the phone and they hang up, and then it's like there's war. I mean,
You are the weapon fastened against them.
It's unbelievable, you know? So all these things, if you're not looking at these simple things, you may think, oh, we are forgiving him, we are working on it. No, there needs to be a conscious effort. Paper and pen.
To what?
Yes, paper and pen. You want something, you plan it. The Bible says, write that vision down. We don't like writing. I write a lot. Me too. I have books, journals. Sometimes I pull them all and I open and I'm like, okay, I wrote this 10 years ago. I've done it, you know. I write. Things come. Sometimes I write on my phone, but when I get to my journal, I put them in. If you see my journals, you can't read, but when I take it, I can read because I scribble. So if you want something, write it down. Sit together. Be open. But we all feel like I'm hard. If I tell somebody I have a problem and we are working on it. And so there is a need to be intentional about it. There's a need to sit and plan and say, every month we'll do this. Even days of having sex can be discussed. How we want to create the ambience. We want to light a candle. I like this kind of music. I mean, I remember sometimes when I was married, I don't like certain radio stations because for me, it's too toxic. And I may be tuned to a particular station, and while I'm listening, my husband comes in and he just puts it off and tunes to another station without even asking me anything or telling me anything. I'm like, am I here at all? You see, so even your environment, you have to be nice with each other and talk about some of these things. Communication is the first point. And trust. We need to go back and rebuild trust. Because trust doesn't just break when there's been infidelity. Even not honoring your own promises or your own commitment to a relationship, it's breaking of trust. Because the person will be like, I can't trust you anymore because yesterday you said you were going to do this, you didn't do it. 2 days ago, you promised me that you won't slap me again, but you did it again. You said you would come home on time. You said you would give me, you know, so trust is very important. That as much as you've forgiven the person, trust needs to be rebuilt again. Right. So we have to open our eyes to the fact that this is a flower, like Mama T said. We want to put fertilizer on it. We want to put manure, water, and make it grow beautifully. It's our flower. We are doing it or we are not. It's as simple as that.
Great. Assemble. You know, that was just one example I gave.
Yeah, for that example, yeah.
I mean, you could have a situation also, Mama T, where, I mean, I don't want to put this on the men again.
So put it on the women.
Put it on the woman.
Put it on the women.
So, like, I mean, you have carried the family's money. No, I mean, we hear women who are making money quietly on the side and their husbands don't know about it. They're building houses, they're buying cars, and, you know, and then sometimes you have good intentions, right? The man sees it one day and they're like, really? I heard a story about this woman who they lived in a house and they were paying rent. Apparently, the house was theirs.
This belongs to the woman.
The house was theirs, and the husband was paying rent to an account every time. They were all the rent. It was even when times are hard. Even when times are hard, like an imaginary landlord is asking for their rent, and you realize that, wow, okay, the money is not wasted. The money is in an account somewhere, and the man has realized it. And she goes like, I was just trying to save something for a rainy day. But is that how to go about it? And this man, I mean, loses trust totally for you, and your relationship is strained. I mean, so in the same vein, just going to give another example so that the men don't say that we're pinning it all on them, you see. So, Mama T, I mean, generally for strained relationships, is there anything more you'd like to add to Ariel's before we talk about the general ones?
Yes, just a few. She has said it all. But here in our part of the world, things are happening. Recently, I met a man who has 4 children with his wife.
And the children are not for him?
The first one belongs to him. The 3,
they are not his. How old are the children?
The first is 16, the last is 7.
Oh, and he has taken care of all of them.
Yes.
How fun is that?
So that at the end of the day,
I didn't say that.
But so, like I said, good marriages. In fact, not only good marriages, good things do not happen. We make them happen, and making them happen is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and so when you see people who have been married 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. They have done a lot of work. And it is true that people have lived for 35 years in their marriages, but 20% of 20 of the 35, they have gone through so much. So much. You can't believe it. There's a couple where the man, for whatever reason, the man is saying that my wife is a witch. This couple have been married for close to 40 years. And then all of a sudden, my wife is a witch. It is a lot of trouble. It has brought a huge strain. Now, I noticed that whoever told him this, at the point he notices that he has done wrong. So for me, the first thing is I have done wrong. When you accept that you didn't do right. Now, if you did not do right, the next thing is to look for how to do right. And so this is, for me, how to do right. I keep saying that there are 2 books nobody can write. Nobody can write a book on marriage. No one can write a book on parenting. Forgive me for the lack of a better example. The story about the blind people who went to see an elephant. And because they are blind, they were unable to see the elephant, but they were touching. And any part of the elephant, any of them touched, is how they described what the elephant looks like. And so, yes, everybody have their different things going on in their marriages. But yesterday I was telling somebody, it is like we are at work and we have benchmarks, we have standards. So if it has worked for 5,000 people, then we know that if we give you this bits and pieces here and then you put them together, it may work. I noticed that in part of the world, not in our, we are all of us as human beings, especially. I've not lived in Abroche before, so I won't be able to talk much about them. But listening is a very difficult thing for all of us. For some of us, we don't listen to understand. We only listen to
respond
immediately. And I was preaching somewhere. I said something. Yeah, pastor's ninging about me. So, and that is the difficulty we have, where even pastors would sit or will read their Bible, and some of them, I'm not saying all of them, they are not reading their Bible because they want to know the word of God for them. They want to read and come and preach to us who are not pastors so that we know that they have read the scriptures. Difficulties are bound in every relationship. It all depends on how both of you are looking at it. Do we both notice this as a difficulty? Is it disturbing us? Yes, if it is, then why? I have always believed in, are we a couple? Are we married? Then why can't we be, I am looking at transparency in the case of this woman or man who has put some money somewhere. Now, beyond transparency, I'm looking at what are the, has there ever been a situation where this man or woman feels that my husband did something or my wife has done something in the area of money, and I noticed that this man doesn't have me as part of his plans? Somebody died. My auntie died. My uncle died. What the family did to the wife, so I am trying to protect me. But if that even is the situation, why won't you discuss it? Why are we not talking about it? I still believe that if we still believe in what is yours is mine and what is mine is yours, then why are we putting things undercover? But perhaps the person, your partner has done something that is telling you that, hey, sister,
I'm not safe.
Yes. And so people do different things for different reasons. But can we come back to sit and talk as a couple? This money things, yes. This infidelity matters, yes. Everything has gone back. But I believe that you don't know who you really love, if love is the word, when they have not done anything that really disturbs you totally. So it is easy to love everybody until there is a difficulty. Until there is a difficulty where a young lady I counseled comes back and says that the doctor said that my husband cannot have children. I am not the problem, but it is him. And my husband is saying, listen, the marriage is only 5 years. I am asking you, go. I will give you this much money and this everything. She says, no.
I want to still stay.
I want to stay. And so we are considering other ways of having children. And this is what I am talking about. Let us sit. Let us talk. Why are you keeping the whole thing? I've had occasions since December till last 2 weeks, I've gone back to homes with husbands with 9 children, going back, bringing the children back to their homes.
One person?
No, like 9 families. And interestingly, like you said, the women were willing to receive the children, though they have a little difficulty. It will take a bit of time. One woman said, people are going out to adopt children. Let me begin to think that this is our adopted child. And that was very cool. Others didn't take it lightly. Others, they were vibrating and gyrating like that. But eventually, they accepted the children. We know that the different roller coaster emotions that are going to kick in
from time to time.
Yeah.
But they will work on it. And so we are saying that when trust has been broken completely and we can rebuild, we all know. But rebuilding is not an easy job. It is a huge one. I always pray as couples that with all of what has happened, can you still respect? You can respect people without trusting them. Don't let him lose his respect with you. You see, there is this I do. Respect for me is in 2 levels. The status of him or her as your wife or your husband should not be thrown away. I may have somebody walk in that I don't like. And sometimes, depending on his status, I have to accord him the respect he deserves as who he is. So that is the first. Is he your husband? That status, respect status, must not be taken away from him. He made a huge mistake. He did something very wrong. We all agree that it is wrong, but don't kill him for that, and don't kill her for that. Let us sit. Here in our part of the world, we don't have an inquiring mind. Why did this happen? So let's now sit and talk. Look, Ariel, why did you do this? Yeah. We don't want this confrontation. We feel it's a confrontation. But let me tell every husband, if you go out and you are sleeping with women and your wife gets to know, the average woman wants to know why you did what you did. So, oh, honey, you forgive me. Forgive me, they will forgive. After all, it's forgiveness for us. But why did you do what you did?
But sometimes the answer is, are you really ready to listen to why I did?
Yes. And so who is asking should be ready to listen. You see, and that is also
the why could be going against you.
It's fine.
It's fine, but that teaches you that you have some work to do.
That's what I'm saying. That, I mean, yes, you want to know, but you should be ready for whatever the answer is.
I understand. That is exactly what we are.
The answer could be you.
Yes, it is fine. When we lived at, I don't want to mention, but before we came to Accra, we lived at in Koko, and a man brought his wife. There was a lot of difficulty, so I went into it. And the man said, Mami Osofo, he told me 3 things that his wife does, why he also did what he did. as much as possible, human beings will always keep shifting blame. And so it is understood. And he said something. I said, have you told your wife? He said, no. So I called them. I said, tell your wife exactly how you feel about her. Yeah. He told her. The woman said, it is a lie. The man said, it is true. He said, it's a lie. She was surprised. She was amazed. And I asked her, do you want to sit back? Don't be defensive. And be true to yourself and think through it and see if what he's saying is not right. It does not give him any reason to do what he did. But that is also going to be. And recently I was at one big corporate place, and one lady was good enough to say, Mama T, it took my husband's girlfriend to tell me what to do with this small thing. And when I did, the young lady said, me, I will leave him for you if you are able to do that. I tried. It took me 8 months, but I tried, and she left. You see, so I'm not saying it's the same thing everywhere, but I'm saying that if you are asking for the question, then be ready for the answer.
Exactly.
Right. So we are saying that there are occasions, and I've met occasions where the situation is very difficult. And I am telling the young lady, this marriage will not work. Why won't you leave? And she said, I am willing to work on it. And this said, I am willing to work on it. And then 3 weeks down the line, I asked them, so what's up? I'm giving all the little things. And they are saying that, and we are just there like Jesus Christ or Holy Ghost will come in and fix it. And so that is where the difficulty is. Let us talk. The communicate is very important. You see, the intimacy thing. Most of us feel that the intimacy is only the bedroom thing. The intimacy, that is everywhere. And when that one breaks down, it affects a lot. So let me end on this one. There are occasions where couples must also learn to compromise on a few things to make their marriage where they are feeling difficulty to come back to work.
Okay. This is a proper marriage school.
Master class.
You know, proper.
I have a master class coming up too.
I saw it.
You saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a master class for married women coming up. So.
Okay, we'll talk about it before we go. So this is a proper marriage school we are in this morning. How to make it work, especially when it's a very strained and a very difficult relationship. Ariel mentioned that you will need a counselor. You will need professional help. In line with whatever the situation is. If it's a health situation, then you probably will need a physician who is able to walk you through to understand what is wrong with you. If it's a psychological issue, then you might as well be talking to a clinical psychologist. Sometimes some people's problem is money.
Yes,
money.
So you should be talking to
look at somebody who is well vested
in guiding you for budgeting.
Like somebody who understands finance. I mean, who can help you to manage your finances? Because I mean, that one I've seen some before. The woman is such a spendthrift. Even if it is not necessary, you are buying because, I mean, her eyes caught something. It became a very huge issue in the home. So if you need somebody to help you in that area, sometimes it's not you. You need help. So when you need the help, you ask for it. We're also talking about being deliberate in practicing the things that you're told. And that's one thing that I have come to understand about counseling. You go for counseling, or you go see a therapist, they will analyze your situation, diagnose it, and give you all the tools, but you will have to apply them. If you don't apply them, I'm sorry, the counselor will not apply for you. The therapist will not drink the medicine for you or do what they have to do for you. They will only encourage you and find and help you with ways through which, even if you're finding it difficult, you can still, but if you're not willing to do it, I'm sorry, you'll remain there. Talked about communicate how we feel, you know, move away from the you're making me feel this way and do a lot of the this is how I feel, this is how this is making me feel and things like that. And I think that in such moments, we shouldn't be afraid of being vulnerable. Say it as it is. And if the person still has a heart for you, they will see your heart and they will come around you. And then Mama T gave us a lot of, you know, insights, especially the one about understanding that marriage is a lot of work. Situations can play in different ways, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach to it. You look at your situation and you apply. and she stressed a lot on the willingness. The two of you, see, whatever it is that you'll be told in this situation where you want to make it work, it can never be dependent on one person. Of course, one person can have the zeal and pray about it and drag the other person along. But until the other person is willing to say that, look, let's hold hands together and fight this fire together, I'm sorry, nothing will change, you know. And Matthew also, we talked about, you know, communicate. And there was one point that was made. Matthew said, ask questions. But when you're asking the questions, be prepared for the answers. The answers could be pointing to you. Yeah. And then when they are pointing to you, become hysterical. Then you turn the whole thing around all over again.
You start crying.
Yes, because they have told you the truth to your face, you know, so, and some of these things, I kid you not, it comes with maturity.
Yeah, of course.
You know, you have to be mature to a certain point to come to understand that, listen, I goofed. And when your partner is apologizing, you're apologizing for also making it uncomfortable for them to do what they did. It only takes mature people to do that. Otherwise, you will feel like you're a perfect person and your partner is the one who is always wrong. But I mean, yeah, we did say that whatever it is, it doesn't give you the room to do whatever. But the grounds may just have been well set such that you couldn't resist what you did. But when you're asking for the questions, be prepared for the answers because you could be the answer you are seeking. Now, I would want us, we have a bit of time, so we'd want to look at some of the general things again, like we talked about in when we were talking about some of the things that we do that don't make relations. So generally, when you want your relationship to work, what are some of the things that we have to do to make our relationships work? But let me sell these few things. I see Adansi travel again. Are they talking about Dubai again? Let me see.
Where are we going? Dubai this time?
Dubai
or another way?
Dubai is on Babati.
Another way.
I feel Dubai is on me. Babati, Dubai, and also Dubai is on me.
We are going.
So this August, Adansi Travel is turning up the excitement as part of its 12 years of delivering unforgettable travel experiences. Get ready to see more, feel more, and explore some of the world's most exciting destinations, from fun-filled family adventures in Dubai, again, to romantic getaways in Asia, thrilling escapes with friends in South Africa, or that long-awaited dream trip across Europe. Adansi people, were you trying to do a tongue twister? Dream trip across Europe. It's not just travel, it's an experience you will never forget. And yes, I have traveled with Adansi several times, and I can promise you that it is an experience you will indeed never forget. You want to call Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817, 0595 500 817, or 0531 008 550, or you can visit adansitravels.com to book your spot. Let's make memories together this August. Adansi at 12. See more. You want to feel more. And once again, the joy of every parent is to see their children grow healthy, become more intelligent and physically fit. And to achieve this desire, every parent needs to ensure that their children are given nutritious foods that has all the essential nutrients and vitamins to promote their well-being. And I'm talking to you about the Vitamilk soy milk drink. It is made from whole grain. It has, it's a good source of plant protein. You can find omega-3, 6, and 9 in there, calcium, and all the essential nutrients that are needed for your daily living. And it has no coloring, no artificial flavorings, and no preservatives. So right now, let's go and choose the Vitamilk Champ for our children, because the protein, the calcium, the omega-3, 6, my children, they love it too. The omega-3, 6, and 9 in there have all proven to help your adorable children grow smarter, healthier, and stronger every day. Vitamilk also comes in regular soy milk drink. You can have it in the energy booster, or the energy booster with no caffeine, the choco, the banana, the strawberry, and it's usually packaged in 250 mils and also in the 1 liter Tetra Pak. Vitamilk is indeed a nutritious beverage that feels good anywhere, anytime. But why are they targeting only the children? Because the adults too, they drink it, Papa. Hey! I mean, I know some people, that's just the food they have. I know somebody, I'll mention the person's name. That's their breakfast. You know, they will have it around 9-ish, and then won't have anything again until about, say, 3, and then they're done with their meals for the day. But it's a daily thing, you know. So please, it's not just the children. Some of the adults don't look with it at all. Vitamilk is indeed a nutritious beverage that feels good anywhere, anytime. Mama T, Ariel, we're just about wrapping up, but we did say that we wanted to run through some checklists. We've dealt with the very difficult situations, but quickly run through some checklists. If you want your relationship to work, what more do you have to do to make sure that it is working? You're not drifting apart. You are watering the flower. So now let's water the flower.
Let's water the flower. First, I mean, for me, the first thing to water the flower is constant checking.
Constant checking.
Checking.
Okay.
And checking, as I mean, is not only talking about the big stuff like money, the sex, trust, and all the issues, but simple check-ins. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, sending message to check upon each other, making time to ask, oh, did you read this book, or do you like that movie? Can we watch a movie together? Simple things that we can do to make each other feel relaxed in the relationship. And the next one is we need to have our own social support as well. If you're a woman in a relationship, you need to have friends you know, they are your support. I mean, not support against your marriage, but support group, somewhere you know it's another safe space for you. You need a friend you can trust. You need someone you can connect with, somebody you can, I mean, talk to about abstract things, anything. It doesn't always have to be centered around your partner. It becomes a bit boring, it becomes a bit monotonous, and then you lose interest because you yourself are not doing anything. The next thing is recreation. You can't just go to work, come home, look at the children, pay the bills, and not have recreation. Recreation is actually what builds life for us. It makes us wake up. It gives us inspiration and, you know, the drive for life. So couples, not only the children need to go to all the play centers. Now there are adult recreative centers all over the capital, plenty places where you can plan once in a month to do something you and your partner. You can have date nights. You can, I mean, plan that, oh, every once in a month we'll take the kids to our parents and have the whole weekend to ourselves home where we can be each other's friends. So there are important things that are there. And sometimes we are hooked to only romance. We want the sweetness of all that. But hey, that is also nice. But if you want it to work, you need to mature to get to that emotional state where it's not only about the romance, but hug your partner. Hug your partner.
Let me write.
Hug your partner. It's so important.
Right.
Yes, when your partner comes home, give them a hug. Hugging is very important too in a relationship. And thank you. Simple thank yous. Not because they did something huge. Appreciation is the glue to every relationship, no matter what they did, whether they just put the same food in front of you or they pick a towel for you. The way we talk simple among ourselves with appreciation, kindness, is what calms each other's emotions down, so that when we are coming to talk about the important things, we are not already
calm.
Yeah. So
Great.
Calmness. Thank you. Oh, that's so kind of you. Please. It's so good. It takes all the stress and the anxieties away. And when we are talking about the big things, it's from that stage we talk about the big things.
Beautiful.
So for me, check-in, recreation, having your own social support and things you know how to do on your own to feel okay, so that you are not always pulling on your partner alone to make you feel anything. And finally, learn how to communicate effectively with how you feel. Okay. Open up. Open up.
Thank you, Ariel. Mama T.
So what I have to add too. So she talked about hugs. There are couples who, when the pastor said you may kiss the bride, since then go back to small kisses. those small ones. You start it small. It is very important. Please, you may kiss the bride is not only for the wedding day. Yeah. It must continue. So when you finish the hug, continue with the kiss. It must not end you in the bedroom anyway. I believe in mutual support. I mean mutual respect. Yeah. I strongly believe in mutual respect. I also want to look at both of you growing together gradually. Wherever you think you are going, decide to go together. And then finally on this, I'm looking at once a while asking your partner, how am I doing? Just ask without and ask him, am I doing right? It is just to, and I just ask him, or how are we doing? So this 1 year, this 6 months, how have I done? Yeah. And where do you think I should? Ask him before he tells you. Yes, ask him before he tells you, or ask her before she tells you. And I beg you, the thank yous, it's not coming. It's not coming from a lot of the sisters. It is not coming at all. Do you know why Dovsu is there? There are men who are not paying their children's school fees. That is why Dovsu is there. And so, if your husband is paying the children's fees, it is not as if the children doesn't belong to him. But if he take care. Yeah. God bless you. And thank you very much. For you. May your one coming to come. These things, it won't take anything.
Magic.
Thank you, Mama T.
Oh, fine. Me, I have my better than 22 years.
Mama T. You wanted to talk about just 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So I have a master class coming up on wellness and self-care for married women. And it's at Labadi Beach in July from 17th, 24th, 31st, and the 4th of August. So if any married woman needs to really learn how to, uphold themselves so they are in their better place to take care of their marriage, themselves, their career, this masterclass has been a life-changing for people for the past 8 years. So don't miss out.
Don't miss out. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ariel, the wellness coach, and Mama T. We have been talking about how to make your relationships and your marriages work. And need I add more? I will sum everything they have said up and say that keep choosing yourselves every single day. Choose your partner every day. Just as you will wake up, drink water, and eat. Make them a part of you like that. I like the word check-in. Check-in. Everything, even asking, how am I doing, is you checking in with your partner. And it's not for the woman to do or for the man to do. It's both of us. So I choose you today. I choose you tomorrow. I choose you every day. And I love this, that's how, it's my principle. Do unto others what you would like them to do unto you. So be the partner you want to see in your partner. And And with the help of God, prayer, we're hoping that our relationships, our homes, and our marriages will thrive. In Jesus' name, shall the saints say amen?
Amen. Amen.